Right now it's 8:42 a.m., so we're about 50 or 48 minutes out from New York Open. So pretty much for this one, I just want to go over my plans right now, kind of make some trading plans for New York Open, and make multiple updates as the day progresses, as I take some of these trades ideally, and kind of go through how I entered them, how I manage them, all of that. So right now, larger context is that Bitcoin has gotten another drop. We have gotten another move farther away from this larger range that we had just fallen out of. And, ultimately, I think things are looking a lot more bearish now. This 4-hour wave has gotten lower than this one. So overall, I think my bias is going to be more bearish right now, but since I'm scalping, that doesn't mean that I'm only going to take shorts. I'm going to be looking for longs and shorts. However, I may look to prioritize shorts. So first thing I have marked out up here is this local market structure. So just kind of going over this local market structure, we were in a downtrend. We kind of saw a break of that downtrend here, but then we immediately broke, back into a downtrend or whatever you want to say we did there. But then we, continued with this downtrend here, and it's hard to see on the 1 hour. I'm kind of marking this out on the 1 hour, but if you go to the 15-minute, I would consider this a lower low and a lower high. So right now I'm looking at this as the local market structure point, and right now the main market structure point for the overall downtrend is still this high up here. That right now is not very important considering this is at the highs of the range and we have not even been able to get back into the lows of the range. So I'll be looking at that market structure point, and I'll be looking for a few things here. Number one, either an SFP of it. So if we SFP this market structure point, usually that means there's a good chance that we will work our way down to the opposite market structure point. That's one option. Another option is that we break above this high. We break this local downtrend and then potentially look to put in a higher low. And inside of this local market structure point and this low that we put in down here is essentially just ranging price action. I'm considering this a range right now. So if we don't make our way up to either the high or the low, I will be looking for trade setups inside of this range. And right now I am looking at this 15-minute order block. If you go to the 15-minute time frame, I'm looking at this blue candle in between the two purple candles, and the purple candles came down to eventually break structure. So this is looking like a decent order block, and the value area low of this little range is coming in right in that area too. Also, I got some fibs to line up with that area. When you pull it from this high, the 0.5 fib lines up right inside that box, right around the value area low as well. So that is looking decent. And let's see, is there anything else? The 786 is kind of lining up there. It's a little bit below the box, so I don't know if I like that fib pull all that much. You could look at, maybe this wick up here. It's not a great wick though, but the golden pocket does line up there. Either way, I am looking at that order block and that value area low. And I haven't really looked at much to the downside, but I will run through the time frames and see if we have any order blocks that look interesting here. So we do have this 3-minute one, and that is right around the value area low, so I think that is probably the best thing that we got. So I'll mark that out, and that might not have confluence with the 786, might be a bit too low. Oh no, it does. Okay, so we got some confluence right around the lows. So that is definitely an area I will be interested in. I'll go ahead and mark that out. Mark this out as a 3-minute OB. I will also check for any other order blocks. There is a 5-minute order block up here. Is there a 10? No, so I think I'll mark out that 5. It's a little bit below the point of control, but there is a spike in volume right here. Also a spike in volume right before that order block. So in general, this zone up here seems to be the most volume in that range. So if we break above that 15-minute order block, I will also be looking at this 5-minute one. And that guy might have better confluence with the golden pocket. Let's pull this fib again. Where did I pull it from? Was it here? Nah, it's still not great confluence. The golden pocket is coming in above that local MS point, so that is something to keep in mind. We got some resistance right above here, so if we reject from there and start SFPing this high. But yeah, right now this is what I am looking at inside of this range, and if we can get outside of it, well, number one, I would be looking for an SFP into that GP, like I said. The PD value area low is also right above that point, so maybe we come up a little bit higher than that golden pocket and reject from the PD value area low. And if we can break above this point and essentially reclaim the PD value area low, I think that gives us a much better chance to put in a higher low, find significant support back inside of the previous day value area, and then maybe start trading inside this range again. So if this scenario happens where we break above that point and then reclaim this range, then I'll probably go through and do some more TA on this area. But until then, I will be watching those levels that I just marked out. Alright, so it's been a little bit of time. It's been like an hour and a half almost. It's 10:20, and we just hit the first trade setup I was looking at. I did take this trade, and we've already got a nice reaction from there. I already locked in a break even. I took profits down at these previous highs and put my stop loss above the 886 fib. So, ideally, I would like to try and stay in this position if I can. Like I said, I am prioritizing shorts right now just because of overall conditions. And, I would really like to see a move down to the lows of the range now. So, I got TPs set along the way. TPs at the point of control, at the value area low. And depending on what we see at these lows, if we start to see something bullish, like an SFP of this low into that order block, or if we see an SFP of these lows, I will probably TP more out of my short and maybe look to hedge with a long. But yeah, basically the confirmations to get into this trade, I was just looking at Market Cipher as we got to move up into that order block. We were seeing 3-minute divergences forming basically this whole time. Money flow was decreasing over that time. The 6-minute, we did see divergences as well. Even a local divergence with money flow, but it wasn't looking super convincing. We also did see some divergences on the 1-minute. Right here, we saw divergence in momentum, slight divergence in money flow from back here. Yeah, that plus the reaction that we saw off of here, we basically started rejecting as soon as we tapped off that box. Once I saw that, I pretty much entered right around here somewhere. We also did see some trades get stopped out. It wasn't a whole lot, but there was a decrease of open interest there. So yeah, that trade is locked in to be at least a break even. If we come down to this point of control, I'll probably put my stop at my entry and try and lock in some profits. So when another development happens, I will make another update, and hopefully that development is that we got to move down to the low of the range, because I would really like to either hedge with a long down from the low of the range, or block in some significant profits from this trade. So we'll see what happens. Alright, so this is probably going to be the last update of this video because I want to get this thing uploaded. But basically, I just closed out this short position. We did not come down to hit the value area low. I did hit my TP though, because I front ran it a little bit. That is why I front run my TPs. So I hit that TP, and then price came up to break market structure. We had a market structure break, and that was the reason for closing the short out. Once it started going against me, once we got to move above the point of control, I just closed out the rest. So this ended up being a very good trade overall, and I'm pretty much good with those profits for the day. If one of my other trading plans get hit and I see confirmations, I see reason to want to enter, then I might take another trade. But if not, I'm happy with the trade that I just took. I may even consider the golden pocket and value area high if we see some kind of confirmation up in this area.